seen an in-form Leo Fioravanti. He has been a bit of a surprise in my book. Just watching what he's been able to do on these walls here, looking very mature, having good wave choice, but he is up against a very, very, very capable man in Jordy Smith out here at jbay.
Serve some pretty quality waves here at Jeffries. Jordy Smith, meanwhile, had to serve tough conditions in his round 2 matchup against wildcard Dale Staples, but he started strong here.
Would have been pretty inspired by what John Florence was able to do in this previous heat to his. That helps to give that froth level up, you know, and I'm sure it doesn't take much when you've been watching what the waves are doing today. But again, just a nice sturdy wave here for Jordy. You see how he loads up off the bottom. He just has that double pump that just carries a ton of speed. Unfortunately there, not able to complete the ride, which is so important. We've seen it time and time again. The judges will cruel you. Even if you do a lot of good surfing out there and not complete that last move, you're going to pay the price. Whereas a little longer board here for Leo Fioravanti. I think that's a really good call. Very positive under his feet, but pulls in a little bit too deep.
Fioravanti gets a 3.83 and a 1.5 for his first 2 rides. Jordy having a look at this one. Just flows through that first turn. The crowd turning up for their hometown hero. And he digs in. Beautiful arc there. Nice steep section. He's picked this wave well. Bit of foam on the face. But Jordy's still able to get some solid turns done. And he rides out of a solid finishing move there.
He had, which was pretty big, Jeffries Bay earlier this season. He was here for that swell. This one had the crease in it. It had the double up down the line, so he knew it was going to hug along the reef here. It was going to stay steep. It was going to have a good pace. It was going to give him the ability to put a little bit of a mixture of different styles and turns. He really starts to get it on down here on the bottom half. Those big arcs are just so solid. I mean, look at that, where he just engages the rail. He sinks it deeper than anybody. And then again, you talk about this finish move and what he was able to do there. A little something different. He lays it back. That turn easily could have been cut short, but he knew that it was the finish move, so he was able to lay into that final section. Look at on the outside. With all that wind, he's able to cut through it with ease. And again, that wave hugging the reef, so it's giving him the ability with the pace to be able to fit these turns in. He sacrificed a little bit of that cleaner wall and not being a bigger wave to have it be tighter on the reef, so it's going to give him more opportunity to pull off turns.
As a grommet, his favourite surfer was Joel Parkinson. He really tried to emulate Joel's style, but as time wore on, he really developed his own unique approach. I think he's taken that big frontside carve that...
I'm hoping that this year, I mean, I'm being a little bit patriotic here, but I last won my world title in 1977, 40 years ago. If Jordy wins this year, it'll be 40 years since another South African's won, so that would be kind of poetic.
We love it. We're right now watching Leonardo up. Let's see what he can bring. He's obviously got those big rail carves as well. Looks like he's picked a bomb wave here. Has to get going through this section. Nice little floating re-entry. So getting a lot of manoeuvres done, but really needs to lay some deep tracks through the inside here to push this up into the excellent range. And he's going to start stalling now, a bit of foam on the face. He does find a bit of cover there. And goes to layback jam to finish and just pulls that board out in the nick of time. Was in danger of nosediving there.
Well, that wasn't an easy wave to ride. He had to connect with the lip. Those floaters, those off the tops, don't probably look as dynamic as those big round face turns as we see Jordy up and running now.
Well, doesn't quite get that first turn right, but still has so much room to make up for it down the line. Pacing at the moment. Likes the look of this wave through the inside, so sticks with it. Building speed, taking a bit of a high line, drawing off the bottom now. A nice big hack through some big ribs, ducks up under the lip. And the wave holds nice and open for him, and there is a huge finish.
Once again. Yeah, and he knows it.
I was wondering when he was going to start working the crowd. That's
didn't have that firepower that we saw from Jordy. Take a look here again. You know, this had good wave choice for him because it was going to have a good pace. It was going to give him the ability to tag the lip. You know, he just doesn't have the same weight to be able to lay into those tracks like you can see Jordy do. But these are difficult moves. To connect with the lip like that and time it perfectly and keep yourself moving down the line, he did well. Right there, especially when he almost got off balance, he was able to put his arms right in the right spot to come out of it with speed. And, you know, he finishes here. This was a little bit of an error just because you feel like he had to stall in that moment of waiting for it. The barrel was okay, but this final move here, solid. You know, he gets the release, holds on, comes out. So this is going to be a good wave for Leo. It's going to be a fight back wave, but you feel like Jordy Smith on this one's going to get another excellent wave score. I mean, first turn, little off kilter, but kept it together and straight into another bottom turn, top turn combo. So this is where he starts that outside maneuvers, which is so important for bigger scores. Sacrificing a little bit of size of wave because he saw this double up. And in this one, you're like thinking, oh, super tubes, it's going to go up and it's going to get into that impossible section in barrel. It did, but it had a little funkiness to it. I like how he adjusts, no problems. He says, okay, if it's not going to barrel, I'm going to do a big arc and then get barreled. And then this finish move, and this is where he gets to play the crowd up. The big man turn, looks into the crowd, little fist pump. Next thing you know, the crowd goes ballistic.
Who's your rail surfing inspiration?
My rail surfing inspiration is probably like Tom Curran or something. Or Tom Curran for sure. I mean, you look back at the videos and he just has so much flow and it's so smooth, and it's really I like to watch, yeah.
And did you look back on the videos before coming here, and what did you take out of them?
Yeah, I've watched a bunch of videos, you know. I like not only Tom Curran, just Andy Irons and stuff, and Kelly, and there's and Parko and Mick, and those guys. Everyone surfaces, a lot of guys surface it so well. Just to kind of, I guess, just take out patience on this wave. It's such a long wave, and so kind of waiting for that right time to do a turn.
And you know, being midway through this round, you had a few heats to watch. What did you kind of take away from those heats before you hit the water?
The waves are like definitely.
We saw that where he was able to pick it up, and it was like, I mean, look at this wave. It's a 3-footer, 4-footer off the takeoff, but he knew it was going to grow down the line. Again, the second wave, he even gets a beautiful arc to start this wave off and knows it's just going to line up perfectly through this inside section, and here's the barrel. I mean, pulls in, you see right there, pumps up, a little squirt up, another pump up, and then the thing still keeps railing off. And of course, the crowd goes nuts. And at that point, you're just like, Leo had to watch that as well. I mean, he came out of the hole with speed. You can't deny a wave like that. Some of the best we've seen so far.
Nothing better than watching Jordy Smith surf jbay, unless you're in a jersey surfing in the same heat. Leo had the worst seat in the house to watch the end of that ride.
Well, and he just came off of a really good wave. You know, there was another solid, excellent score for him. But at this point, you're going to see probably a perfect ride get posted, and that's it.
And I'm sure his coach will be reassuring him if he doesn't progress through this heat.
Yeah, and I get that, but it's gonna sting first, I'll tell you, and he's gonna feel it. I mean, he probably so excited to be able to surf jbay at this level. You know what kind of swell we have on tap, and look at the surfing he's doing. He really is. I mean, if this was a one-wave set, this was the fight back wave that he would have needed. You know, he did set up this inside section. He's paying attention to that impossible section being an opportunity to get barreled, knowing that he's trying to kind of...
You know, he looked like he kind of stumbled right at the beginning of that tube, and then he like stumbled into perfect trim and then just got that perfect high line right across that bowling inside section. He's looking so unhurried. Jordy, you see the kind of stumble there. He's like surfing in third gear. To me, it looks like he's got about 2 gears left. He's pacing himself so well, and just a beautiful clean line across that. And I love the way he came out casually with nonchalance. Look at that. He's not throwing his arms in the air. It's just like, man, this is me. I'm stylish. I'm owning this.
It might be like one of those European cars with 6 gears. Maybe he's
Possibly.
got 3 more to go.
Possibly.
Could have 4. We'll fight it out for a place in round 4. That's going to be all time as we see more waves rolling through here. Just under 5 minutes to go. Let's see what Jordy can do. Can he give us a perfect heat? Bit of a sleepy start to this ride, but he hammers that section to project out into this bowl and smashes it once again. Nice big tail slide, so mixing things up, showing great variety now. Let's throw it down the strider as Jordy pulls up under the lip.
Wow, are you kidding me? This inside racetrack and another barrel. Crowd's going wild down here. Huge float rooftop, and he rides out of it, ladies and gentlemen. Best seats in the house down here on the beach. The boys are going mad. The crowd's going mad. This is the best ever. I love it. Leo out the back. Can he answer? It's going to be tough. A lot of wind out of the sails after that last one by Jordy, but we'll see as he grabs the wall. He's pulling it up. Oh, it's a perfect little tube ride for him, isn't it? Comes flying out of that, but he knows it's Well, it's in the wind now.
But he's not. He's actually kind of put himself a little bit off the water and giving himself a kind of a quiet environment to be able to set up his days. He goes to Sharon's, but these sections here where he's connecting with the lip, projecting down the line, and then that layback to this tail slide, right back to back on the outside section, showing us something different. I love this stuff. I mean, again, he's just building confidence. He already had a ton of confidence, but when you start putting together waves like this where you just double barrel, tail slide, and then this float to finish, and then the crowd going nuts, we could see a perfect heat.
I had a feeling. And the numbers rolling through at the moment are indicating that he might just get there. Have a look at this move.
Well, and that's that extra, right? Giving us something we've never seen before. The tail slide on a solid set wave. He'd already done 3 solid turns before that, and then gets barreled twice. And then the Hail Mary float on the bricks.
Well, I think that last move is what is going to seal the deal for Jordy here. And he does get himself a perfect 10-point ride, ducking into the barrel, Pete. But so many points in this last move. That is as committed as you can get on that end section.
So that's the 7th perfect heat ever? Would you say it's 7th, right? Either way, it's for Jordy's first.
Just the cruisy pace Jordy was surfing with. He really stepped things up on that ride. It had a great pace for a lot of moves. And Leo now, with just under a minute to go, can enjoy this clean ride. Pressure's off. He's out of this heat. He's going to fall out of the event, but a great performance and the opportunity to perhaps throw away a 7.67 and push his heat score total up a little higher. A great effort from the rookie, though.
Well, he keep his head up. I mean, 16.17 heat total is solid, and now he's just going to get drained at impossibles on the sandbar. Would have been a nice view. Almost could have made it out of there and could have added his own 10 to the mix, but...
Along with the winner of the next heat, we're going to see go down. Heat 9, Julian Wilson up against Jeremy Flores. Can't wait for this afternoon's WSL post show to go through Jordy Smith's highlight reel. A perfect heat from the South African. More big scores coming your way right after the break here at the Corona Open jbay.